When you ask people, what is used to set the price of your auto insurance? Most people will say, well, what's my driving record? Do I have crashes or not? Do I have any tickets or not? Maybe how many miles I drive every year? Am I a new driver? Have I been driving for a long time? People get that. People understand why your rates will vary if you have a perfect record compared with somebody with a drunk driving conviction. In researching the use of credit scores around the country, Michigan comes out as the worst in terms of allowing the insurance companies to penalize good drivers, people with safe records, just because they have fair or poor credit. So the price that people pay in Michigan is multiplied dramatically if they happen to have poor credit. And what that really is doing is letting the insurance companies prey on the most financially vulnerable, people who have had healthcare issues, gone through divorce, lost a spouse, because these are the things that drive people's credit scores down, right? And so in Michigan, the companies just prey on folks who have had their credit score tumble, even if they've never caused a crash or gotten a ticket. And of course that's unfair. Now, something that makes my blood boil is that the state's regulator of the insurance market, the Department of Insurance and Financial Services, they're the ones that are supposed to be looking out for you and keeping the insurance companies honest. They go out and say in press releases and in testimony to the legislature that the insurance companies don't use credit scores in the Michigan market. Now, we've tested it, and I've read the files that the insurance companies submit about their rating plans. They absolutely use credit history when determining how much customers pay. They don't call it credit scores. They call it something called credit-based insurance scores, which are based on your credit score. It's the same thing by another name. The regulators at DIFS know this, and I have no idea why they continue to mislead Michigan drivers and the legislature about this. See, the legislature passed a law back in 2019 that said insurance companies couldn't use credit scores like FICO scores. But what the insurance companies who were right there helping to write the legislation knew, they didn't use quote-unquote credit scores like FICO scores. They used something called credit-based insurance scores to incorporate people's credit history. It's the same thing by a different name, and the legislature just let the insurance industry walk all over them and come up with this complete fake legislation that was supposed to promise reform and gave none of it. It really angers me that the regulators in the state have their head in the sands and refuse to talk about this. The fact is, they even lie about it by telling people that your credit isn't used. In fact, the insurance companies in Michigan use your credit more aggressively than they do in any other state in the country. That's what makes me so angry. That's not fair, that's not honest, and it's a huge problem for those folks who are paying not only hundreds, but thousands of dollars more for their insurance than they should.